Hello and welcome. It's the eye of the hand. The eye sees everything. Today's date is on the thing. It's the 13th of February. Or I mean March. Sounds about right. Um, I know it's been a little while since I did a YouTube video. As you can tell, my jaw is back down. It's not swollen anymore. I feel much better. But I did have to give you guys a video, even though I wasn't paying, just to let you guys know, it was on my mind anyway. Anyways, this video is titled "Come As You Are." There's a reason for that. In the original picture I was going to upload, this one took precedence, the hand of Jesus. I happened to notice something these past few days that YouTubers have been tubing about. This Facebook thing, allowing surveys to be done on YouTube and Facebook about should adults be allowed to pedophilize on Facebook Messenger and fraternize with minors and exchange nude footage, back and forth photos. So, number one, ding, 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 that raises alarm bells. That immediately goes off. I couldn't believe what I was hearing when I was watching the YouTube channel. So I decided to investigate. You wouldn't believe how many Russian videos on little girls there are sexually exploiting them on YouTube. YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And they're not labeled as sexual explicit content or any of that. There's nothing sexual about them on the picture or on the name. Yeah. So, anyways, it's not that Facebook, and this is where I'm going to blow up Facebook. I'm gonna rat them out right here and now. All right, and I think that it's possibly a good thing that they're doing this survey, because what it is putting 4 to 5 answers, one of them being the correct answer. This is like, all right, they're personally analyzing each individual that's on social media with questionnaires. They're getting to know you. They're building a profile on you, so to say. And they're trying to find the sickos. Okay? They're trying to find these people. That's why they're sending out these questionnaires, because the people that answer one of those 5 questions wrong, and there's 4 chances to answer it wrong, they're classified. They're going to be put in a range. Once they've got that first click out of you on what your answer is, they're going to send you another one, and another one, and another one. So what they're doing is they're filtering people through the system. And it's layers and layers and layers of filters of information on all levels. Do you believe in gun ownership? Blah, blah, blah. So now they know what class you fall in. You're a non-believer in guns. Okay, you're a believer in guns. This person's undecided. All right. So you see how they're profiling you down to the color, the letter, the word, the image, your likes and dislikes. They know what triggers you. They know what doesn't trigger you. So this whole thing that they're doing on Facebook is pretty good. But they're really rational. But I just want to suggest something really quickly. If people understand and know and see these videos of people putting Zuckerberg putting this survey on Facebook about should it be allowed for pedophilias to ask and exchange young minors' photos, yeah, that should be illegal immediately. I mean, it is illegal immediately. And who does Facebook think that they are? Do they think that they're above the law? Because by asking that question, they're baiting those people. But in a way, it's good because they're filtering people. In thin little layers, Everything I just said, your likes, your dislikes, your color, the word that you like, that you don't like. They want to know everything, okay? What you're driving, what you're paying for insurance. You think all these fucking quote companies quote you out of the blue? Anyways, let's get back on the children topic. So I say to myself, I think it would be a good idea if whoever watched my video go on YouTube and on Facebook and just scour around, type up some things that you could find and report it. If it looks like sexual explicit content that they're doing with children, report it. Because the more people that take action, the more that's going to get done. If they see people's not saying nothing about it, they're going to keep going with it. So it's on us as the people, to come together. Okay? So let's jump off this topic real quick. I want to jump into something else. I noticed something about the cities. The cities that all these countries have been building that nobody lives in. State-of-the-art cities. Out in the middle of fucking nowheres. Now, excuse my language. On my Facebook, I didn't make a video of it, but on my Facebook, I put the coordinates, and they're in the picture on Google Earth, for where you could see in California, Death Valley Canyon and Death Valley Mountain. You could go there and you could see the image of a craft that is not extraterrestrial, mind you. I'm going to let you know this right now because it's in hexagonal pattern. So it's government made. All right? Because that's how we look at the ley lines of the earth, is in a hexagonal pattern grid. Right? We lay everything out, and they're all triangles bunched up, and they make a bunch of hexagons everywhere. So you're being programmed to the hexagon, the hive. All right? So let's get back onto this. When you zoom in on it, which I have, I showed you that the door is open, and you can see the shadow cast, because I turned the image. And it's got a shine to it that shines of all different colors. Rainbow, metallic, sapphire, all kinds of colors in that sunlight. And there's an Air Force base there, and then just like maybe a couple miles away, there's a city that looks like it's being in the process of being built. Nobody lives in it yet, but it's huge. So I believe that these cities are being created for one reason. Because when they go in their DUMBs, their deep underground military bases, and I think that they plan on doing their extinction thing, because they're slowly building up to it. They're going to come back out, and they're going to need a place to live. See, they want to start new. They want to start new. All the rich, all the top equally, all around the world. But because that Georgia Guidestones applies to everybody that's on that. So those civilizations that are on the Georgia Guidestones, the 8 of them that are there, they're going to be the only ones to survive. So they think. Now, a lot of people think that, things survived Noah's flood and that they existed because we're seeing pterodactyls in the sky. People are recording these things in the fucking sky. Recording dinosaurs running through sewers in Italy. I mean, and that's just the start. Once these things have completed their numbers of growth, and they know they can't be stopped, they'll come up. This Earth is heating up. Don't people realize that? Look at MRBB 3333. He just posted a beautiful. It's fabulous, beautiful, even though it's going to destroy this whole shit in major different ways. He showed a beautiful picture of the sun coming up with wings, and it was so beautiful. So MRBB 333, I gotta give you tons of credit for that. And that sunrise that he got, that the photo they sent him, I encourage people, go over to Mr. MRBB's website, go to his channel, find out what his website is, and go there. He's got a lot of pictures documented throughout the years. I think they're dated and everything, in video and everything else. But What's happening is, I told you guys before a long time ago, but I'll tell you quick analyzing. Something by our sun, we rotate around it, it gets close and far away because we go around it and it circles its own body, and we go away and then it's circling its body still. So we see it at different angles just about every day. It's at a different angle because the Earth rotates around the Earth. You know what I'm saying? But because it's so close to the sun, it's affecting the sun. All right? And the coronal holes that face the Earth, at the sun's magnetosphere, you could clearly see that something's ripping the plasma off the surface of that thing. But it's only in quick streaks, because if it was a continuous thing, it would keep going all the way around. It's that thing that's moving around the that planet X, moving around that giant planet that they're talking about by our sun. And every time it comes around and it gets close to the sun, it swipes the plasma off the sun because it's recharging its sun for its orbit back out for its 3,600-year roundabout again. You understand? So it recharges every time. And there's life in the system. The Hopi Indian prophecy, they said that there's a red kachina and a blue kachina, and one half of the red kachina has life on it. And that they'll come here. And like I said, there's things in the ocean, deep down in the ocean, that they can't explain, and shit that they still haven't found, that it's like a sleeping bear, hibernating bear. The larger the object, the longer they hibernate. Problem is, it's warm down there, and it's too cool up here in the air. They can't breathe. Whatever these kraken-looking creatures are, weren't a myth. They weren't a myth at all. They wouldn't have painted these things on the Roman walls, all right? They conquered one. They conquered one. But the problem is will we be able to conquer another one? See, they obviously lived to paint the pictures on their walls in those days of everything that happened. The Nebula, Planet X, I mean everything. They documented everything. Giants, everything. And we're being lied to. You know, so there's so many things going on. So anyways, now that we know that this planet that's on the other side of our sun, that we keep getting near and then going away every year, because it takes 365 days to go around the sun. This thing's next to the sun. We keep going around it. Well, I believe this summer we got to go through its tail. I believe this summer the volcanoes are going to spew all over the earth. I believe this summer the earthquakes aren't going to stop. I believe they're going to be so bad that people are going to beg God to make it stop. And it's going to be just the fucking beginning. It's going to be just the beginning, because it's still got to go back out. So it's going to take a while, and then we got to go through the tail. All right? But this thing, as it was coming in, it started waking up our volcanoes, because when it exposes a coronal hole from the sun, because it's ripping that part of the plasma off the sun, it's exposing radiation into the earth. It's making the magnetosphere of the earth weak. What does that do? What does a microwave do to its food? What's the radiation do? It cooks the food from the inside out. So now that we know that the earth on the inside is heating up, the lava is building up gases, which is compressing inside the earth, which is causing the top of the earth to split open. And you're causing fissures for the gases to escape, okay? Now, the atmosphere is going to change in a very big way. We're not going to have sun for a very long time. But it's all going to be sucked away. When this planet gets close enough to the earth, it's all going to be sucked away with the planet, because it's got a gravitational force. It's got a gravitational pull. Not one stone will go unturned. Not one stone. Not one building stone. Yeah. Bible says it best. The earth's oceans will roar from pole to pole. Okay? You know, we gotta really consider these things. If you haven't seen my video, I found the timeline to the end. I believe part 2. I put it up about a week ago. It's got 200-something views right now. I advise you go in there and just check it out. Even if you just want to mute the video and not listen to me talk, that's fine. Pause it, read what's there, and use your mind and throw me some suggestions. Maybe, because there's things that you guys know, there's things that you guys see that correlate to the Bible that I'm not seeing. So when everybody comes together, we can all make a better sense of things, and we can put all the puzzle pieces where they need to go when it comes to the AI, the D-Wave, communicating with the AI, its realm, and CERN, because we know that it does all three things. The D-Wave is the brains. That's the big data, all right? And yes, they are changing things. The Mandela effect's not a bullshit. He said that things could change, but to the minuscule, it's minuscule, on a minuscule level, right? Well, minuscule levels are happening. Words are changing. People, now when God said the dead shall rise, wait a minute. Are they fucking cloning people and bringing them back and then saying they never died? Because I know for a fact Louis Anderson died, the game show host. I know he died. It was up for a long time. Nobody's seen nothing from him. And all of a sudden, it's taken down and said, no, it never happened. And nobody could find any fucking proof that he was dead. So all these people that they're saying, people are noticing this. Some of these people aren't really dead. Like Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan was reported dead by all the fucking news agencies. In years it rode. It rode for years. And now it's like it never happened. It's almost like they reset it, saved his fucking life, and stopped it from happening. And everybody remembers him still being alive and never being dead. And that's the part. It's when you notice what they're doing is when you can wake up and see what they're doing. You will not see it. You'll be in the system with it. You'll look for a death date to prove the person wrong, and you won't find one, and you'll prove them wrong. Oh, see, there's no death date. Google doesn't have no death date because you're relying on fucking Wikipedia and Google to tell you the death date. Rely on your memory. They're getting you to not rely on your memory. They're getting you to rely on your phones to remember your numbers, remember notes. I mean, they're getting your phones to do everything. And there's a reason for that. Profiling each and every one of us. With every video that we do, they know who we are. But my point is Jesus was trying to tell us something. I don't know if you've ever seen Woodward TV, but he does a pretty good explanation when it comes down to the human abilities. Powers of the mind, the things that you can do. He explains it very well, but you have to watch all those videos. All right? The Bible tells you the same thing. Jesus didn't just run around healing people with the touch. He wasn't performing magic, guys. Okay? He said that the people on the earth in these days would perform lesser magic. All right? So that's not even... And what he did wasn't even magic. He touched a person. The lady touched his cloak, and her son was healed, no longer sick, right? He tells you in the Bible, he says, the faithful mustard seed. You can tell that mountain to get up and go in the water. Guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. They didn't want me talking about that. But I also been noticing that every time around this time, which is 5 of 9, anywhere between 6 to 9 o'clock, there'll be major internet losses. And that's because of the solar radiation that's coming in from the corona hole. So anyways, let me make this quick. 5 viewers. Let me get some likes, please. 6 viewers. Let me get a few likes here. So anyways, the corona hole is spewing radiation into the earth. Heating the earth up from the core out like a microwave does food. Pressing the earth with its gases. Making the earth quake and pushing lava to the surface because of the pressure. And the animal life is dying off in the oceans because there's more underwater volcanoes than there is on land. So we got sulfur and carbon dioxide fucking hitting them hard. And the ones that are out of range but still in range, they get delusional. And they swim up on land and they beach themselves accidentally. Their GPS gets all fucked up. So, but that ain't even half of it. Plagues, gases in the earth, because the earth is cracking open. Poisons are going to come out. People are going to die in massive numbers. Plagues, sores. And if I were you, don't get that fucking chip. Don't get the chip. There's a lot of things to cover. Go back and watch my videos, guys. I go in on these things. But I got to go here. I got things I got to do. I got to catch up on some knowledge. I'm out there watching audio Bible. I don't know if you guys can see the history on my channel, but I'm listening to the audio Bible. I'm on the third book in 9 hours and change. It's 9 hours and change of the Bible, listening to the Bible, and pausing it and thinking about the numbers that they're running through, because there's a meaning to that. And don't listen to the bullshit that they tell you this earth is millions of years old, neither. Listen, God said that he created the earth. To us, 1,000 years was one day of his. So he did everything in one day. Boom, 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 boom. Then took the seventh day a break. And on the eighth day, when he comes back, he's going to punish people. So the 8,000th year, which we're in now, because 7,200 years ago, if not a little bit longer ago, shit started. You could do some research. This is for another video. What the earth expires very shortly. And listen, just get right with God. That's all I can say. And do me a favor. Go on Facebook. Go on YouTube. The only way that this is going to stop with the pedophilia images being posted is by reporting these people ourselves. Building a network of people. All it would take is 500 people, really, at one time, scouring Facebook, looking for all kinds of pedophilia images, and then delete and report it. You know how much would be done? It would be over. They would be so overwhelmed they'd have no choice. But anyways, guys,